Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you. Jai Gue Kalike Namaha. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. Book your consultation today. I can help you with anything. And if you'd like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, consider subscribing to my Patreon. It also helps to support this channel. Okay, just a very quick video about the story of Purva Phalguni from the perspective of Adichara, which is Tantric magic. Now, there's a very general story in Vedic astrology about Lord Shiva and his phallus, but when we go deeper into the teachings of Tantra, we realize that this wasn't just ordinary Shiva. This was Bhairava, which is the fierce version of Shiva. The story has a lot of deep meanings in it. Now, Bhairava, the fierce version of Shiva, ends up cutting off the head of Brahma, and Brahma is the creator of the material world, who was boasting about that he is the greatest god. But he's only the creator of the material world, which is also called the demiurge in Gnostic teachings. There's a lot of different names for this, where it's the false god, they say. In their teachings, they look at it as an evil, but we don't look at it as evil, we just look at it as unconscious, ego and pride. So Bhairava, to teach him a lesson, cut off his fifth head. But because he did that, he had to encounter some karma. So he had to roam around the world naked with disheveled hair, with a live snake, collecting whatever he could in the skull, accompanied by a dog and a pack of jackals, and also goblins. And then he ended up wandering into the woods of the Himalayas, where the 7 rishis lived, and together with their wives. And so the rishis are born of Brahma as well, from the material world. So then he went there and he taught them magic and witchcraft for enlightenment. So Bhairava actually is, which is Shiva, actually teaches witchcraft and forms of magic in Tantra. Bhairava is more of an anarchist in magic practice. He revolts against the orthodox principles. So he's the one that shows that the material world is an illusion. That's how Brahma was very in ego, because he thought that all there is a material world. Bhairava, who's a higher consciousness, is saying, hey, that's an illusion and we can actually surpass the material world. Let me give you the teachings. So he taught the rishis that. And then when the sages, the rishis, left into the woods after that, then Bhairava, he was intoxicated by magic potions, and he was very wild and charming, but he was completely naked, and then he was covered in ash of corpses, only a garment covering his body. And he's wandering around the huts of the rishis, and he was dancing erotically, holding his erect phallus in his hand. And then he started asking the wives of the rishis to give him donations. So he danced wildly and shouted, and he was wandering around the dwellings like a beggar. The wives of the rishis were so seduced by him and his naked beauty that they abandoned all shame. They started going after him because they were dying from lust, even when their husbands returned. But the husbands, they didn't realize, the sages, they didn't realize it was Bhairava. He was still there holding his skull and his phallus in his hand, surrounded by the wives, but also goblins and jackals and dogs. He looked lustful at the same time. They didn't understand that Bhairava, he breaks all limitations and boundaries. So showing that everything actually is God. That's why he does that. But the rishis were like, what is this? What is going on? And they're like, he must be unholy. No ascetic, no yogi would ever look like this. And they were outraged. They're like, we'll teach you proper manners and good sense. And then they cursed for his phallus to fall off. But when it reached the ground, it turned into a pillar of fire. And then in the place of the old lingam, there grew a new lingam. And then it cursed it to fall out, but then grew again into an even bigger lingam. And this repeated many times. But then when they saw this kind of spiritual strength, the wives decided to leave the sages for Bhairava. But then the sages recognized him as Shiva. And Shiva explained to them how important the balance of the universe is by having the lingam. Without the lingam, there's no balance and chaos ensues. So he taught the sages how to worship the lingam, and that's why people worship the lingam today. It's about the collapse of taboos, rules, and regulations. This is the version of Bhairava, which is called Anmata Bhairava, which is manifested as a chaos god. with wisdom, madness, love, passion, and destruction are all together. Now, he was trying to show that the sages, even though they thought they were so enlightened, and so did the wives of the rishis, they thought they could never get into any lust. But the thing is, they never worked on their shadow side. So it's about people who do get caught up in lust. But it's also about those who are so narrow-minded about sex that they start thinking that it isn't godly. So there's two sides of it. There's two sides to this coin. In modern day, we see that play out as overly sexual people through ego trying to get attention. But when we see this, we also have to remember that what we're seeing is still God. It's an aspect of God. It's the aspect of God that's unconscious. So to say that it isn't godly at all, it would be wrong. Everything is godly because everything is God and you are God. That's the whole point. So to look at something and say that this is unholy is putting yourself in duality and not understanding that everything is you. That's the thing. There is no such thing as unholy, but there is such things as being conscious or unconscious in matters. So being an ego or being in higher self. So there's two very important lessons that are happening here in this nakshatra. So it's about balance as well. And he was saying about how the male principle needs to be balanced with the female principle. So that's just a little bit about the story of Purva Phalguni from the perspective of Tantra. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.